Hey everyone, Aaron here, and this is my 39th review on this channel, and that is of Final Fantasy Unlimited. Now, early on, I think in my intro video, which was 30, well, actually probably now 50 almost videos before, counting, fan requests and such, I said that I would probably never give an anime an F. I said that. And then I thought back and thought of, could I actually give an anime an F? Was there a show that deserved an F? And I thought of Final Fantasy Unlimited. So, I'll tell you right now, if you're a Final Fantasy fan, this show has like very little to do with Final Fantasy besides the adding of chocobos and materia stuff and concepts like of that Final Fantasy has. But the main concept is our main two kids are kind of transported to an alternate version of the world, maybe a parallel universe, where they find that they have to figure out what happened to their family because their family mysteriously disappeared in their own world, and they also have to try to survive. So what they end up doing is they kind of meet this one girl who claims that she knows where the family is, and they meet this other guy who is what's essentially going to be the main fighting force of the group because the kids can't fight, and she can't really fight besides some martial arts. And I'll tell you right now, that's about the most interesting thing this show will ever get. I I don't even want to say I hate Final Fantasy Unlimited, but I want to say I loathe it because I do not recommend watching Final Fantasy Unlimited. It's a show that's old. It's like I think the early 2000s, and even then it looked kind of crappy. But even now it doesn't hold up and test of time. I saw some episodes recently, and I was like, yeah, I remember why I hate the show. It's also one of the few anime that I actually bought a long time ago and actually sold. I don't usually sell my anime. I sold this pretty damn fast. I couldn't sell this any faster. The art style is very mediocre. I mean, you expect better from Final Fantasy, the general concept of it. And even the chocobos that they have in the show don't even look like chocobos. They look strange and kind of deformed. The characters themselves aren't that bad, but the environments are very almost 2D compared to their actual animation style. Like the whole show is 2D. Don't get me wrong. It doesn't look like it doesn't use current CGI or anything like that because it was old. But I'm just saying that the backgrounds and tones of the characters did not match. The backgrounds compared to the main characters were terrible, and the main characters even weren't sometimes very good. I mean, this is a show that when the camera was too far away from a character, you barely can even recognize them. I'm gonna make this review really short. I'll tell you, from an A through F, if I had to review this, I actually will do it. I give Final Fantasy Unlimited my first score, the first one, an F. I didn't think I would do that. I really didn't. I wanted to say that there was anime that was beyond F because I understand studios take time and have to actually spend a lot of work to make animation. And, I don't want to give it a failing score because of the fact that, hey, listen, this is still a show that someone worked on, that someone put time into, that, groups spent their lives to make. But Final Fantasy Unlimited, even besides being a Final Fantasy fan, I'm a Final Fantasy fan of a lot of stuff, but I don't like the whole series either. It just doesn't hit a note of being good. I consider it probably one of the worst anime I've ever watched, and it deserves it in my opinion. It really does. So I do give it an F. Nothing to me is redeemable. The voice acting wasn't that good back then. The sound wasn't that good. It had some horrible music. The fighting styles, fighting scenes and stuff weren't good. The plot, it ends on a note that's like everything's almost neatly explained, but even then it's not even explained fully. It just was a bad show. It was a bad show. So that's it for this review. I don't want to say, like, comment, subscribe because for the fact that it almost seems like a cop-out that I did this review the way I did, but there are anime out there that I will of course dislike, and there might be some people who like this, but that's my opinion. Hopefully you guys appreciate it, and understand my opinion. So I will say, like, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, even though it was basically me saying I hate something. And until our paths cross again in the next review, which I promise for my 40th review will actually be a better show. Have a good one, everyone. Bye.